Don't make money your goal. Rather, pursue the things you do and do them to the extent that people won't take their eyes off you. And so, the real question should not just be, what job pays the most, but rather, what job makes you come alive, even when no one is watching? Because in the end, the most successful people are not those who chase money, but those who are persistent and refuse to give up. Thank you.
So let's clap for her. So she asked us a question. She said, what job makes you feel alive? What job makes you come alive? So when you get home, try to think about it. What job really make me come alive? So that's more about passion. So please, when you get home, think about it and get the job. And make sure you note it down. So the next school I'm going to call on is St. Bernard Girls Grammar School. Please, St. Bernard's Girls Grammar School. Please clap for her.
Esteemed Chairman, noble judges, Aqua's timekeeper, my attentive audience, my fellow speaker, and the organizer of this program, may I say good morning. We stand here not to merely exchange words, but to weigh the scale of preference. Today, I stand here not to dismiss the model of follow, but to tell you that money follows passion. Standing before you today, face a bona fide student of St. Bernard's Girls Grammar School. I stand before you to strongly support the motion which says career success depends more on passion than financial motivation. Before I go further, I would like to define passion and financial motivation itself. What is passion? Passion is a deep love and interest a person has for his particular job or profession. While financial motivation simply means working mainly for money. Although money is important in life, but passion is a great force that leads to lasting career success. For instance, passion encourages dedication and hard work. Many people who love what they do put more effort into their work without being forced. For example, a passionate doctor will carefully attend to patients even beyond working hours because saving people's lives gives him joy. Such commitments often leads to excellence and recognition in the profession. Also, passion leads to creativity and innovation. A person who truly loves his career usually think of new ideas that will make them succeed. Many successful people in the world achieve greatness because they love their work, not because of money alone. For example, we all know Thomas Edison. Thomas Edison carried out many experiments before he made an electric bulb, not because of money, but because of his passion for science and discovery. His success later brought him financial rewards. Furthermore, passion helps people to remain focused during difficult times. Every career has its challenges, failure, and disappointment. Someone who works only for money may quit when the salary is poor or delayed. Such commitment and perseverance often leads to long-term success. In addition, passion brings happiness and job satisfaction. A person who truly loves his career feels fulfilled and are always working. Such happiness improves productivity and performance on the contrary, while those who love their career only because of money become frustrated and unhappy if they do not enjoy the job. Opponents may argue that money is one of the major reasons people work. Why money is necessary for survival? No, I will disagree that it cannot replace passion. Although money may attract people to job, but passion keeps them committed and successful in the long run. In conclusion, career success depends more on passion than financial motivation because it promotes dedication, happiness, creativity, and perseverance. Therefore, I truly support the motion. I hope with this viewpoint of mine, you've all agreed with me that career success depends more on passion than financial motivation. Thank you.
Please, let's clap for us once again. So I want to officially recognize the presence of Barrister Sheung Ashamu, Commissioner for Budget and Economic Planning, Oyo State. You are welcome, sir. So I want to call on the next school, Ilora Baptist Grammar School. Let's jam our hands together for her.
Honorable judges, respected opponents, respected timekeeper, ladies and gentlemen, I greet you all. Today, I proudly stand to support the motion that career success depends more on passion than financial motivation. A pleasant day to you all. My name is Aduronke Olaiwola once again. My point is, Passion creates long-term commitment. People who are dedicated about their career remain passionate during difficult times. Passion keeps a person working hard when challenges, stress, or failure appear. For example, a doctor who truly loves his career, his job, will continue improving and serving patients even when the work becomes stressful. Secondly, passion improves performance and excellence. When people love what they do, they naturally put in more effort and energy. This leads to better performance and greater excellence. For example, worker driven only by money will do the minimum required, while the passionate will go beyond expectation. Thirdly, passion encourages continuous learning. Passionate individuals are eager to learn new skills. They read, practice, and develop their talents willingly. For instance, a passionate programmer spends hours on learning new skills because he enjoys coding, not just because of the income. In addition, financial motion alone can fade. Money motivates temporarily, but once basic financial needs are met, motivation decreases. Passion, however, continues to drive people for many years. For example, a worker who only works for salary may easily lose interest or switch jobs frequently. In addition, great innovation often comes from passion. Many successful entrepreneurs, inventors, artists, and leaders become successful because they love their job, not because they initially wanted money. For example, Thomas Edison performed thousands of experiments before succeeding because of the passion he had for his work, and he did not initially wanted money. Passion builds resilience after failure. Career success usually involves setbacks and disappointment. Passion helps to persist after failure. For example, an athlete who loves sport will continue training after losing because his passion is greater than temporary rewards. In continuation, passion leads to happiness and satisfaction. True career success is not only about money, it's not only about wealth, but also about fulfillment, happiness, and personal satisfaction. Passion gives meaning to work. For example, a highly paid worker who hates his job may not be truly successful. In continuation, passion inspires creativity. People who are passionate about their career become more creative when they genuinely love what they do. For example, a fashion designer who truly loves his job becomes more creative and creates unique ideas because he genuinely loves his work. Lastly, passion builds a positive reputation. Passionate workers are usually reliable, dedicated, and enthusiastic. Employers and clients notice this, leading to opportunities and promotion. My strong conclusion is career success depends more on passion than financial motivation because passion produces resilience, creativity, and self-improvement. Money may attract people to a career, but passion makes them excel and succeed in it over time. My powerful closing is, money can make you start a job, but passion makes you excel in it over time. Thank you.
So I'm going to call on Oronyo Grammar School. Oronyo, please let's jam our hands together for R.
In today's economy, financial security is a stronger career opportunity than personal interest. Although passion is important, but financial motivation is the stronger driver of career success. In real world, people work not only because they love what they do, but because they need security, stability, and a better quality of life. But before I keep the ball rolling, I would like to give honor to those who honor are due to. Good morning, the moderator, the organizer of today's program, the impartial judges, the timekeeper, my co-debaters, and my fellow audience. The personality standing before you today is Favor Olaniran. I stand here today to firmly stand against the motion which states career success depends on passion than financial motivation. At the heart of the topic lies the key words career success, passion, and financial motivation. Career success is measured in real life by income, influence, and stability in a choosing career. While passion in this context means devotion or a feeling of enthusiasm given to an activity, especially one's career. Then financial motivation is the single driver of career success. As Charles Morgan said, and I quote, a successful career without financial motivation is merely a hobby. At the end of my presentation, you will be confused that career success depends on financial motivation and not passion with the following reasons. Firstly, money provides basic needs and security. A person who is financially motivated is likely to stay committed to a career because they know the reward attached to hard work. Even in practical reality, bills must be paid, family and responsibility must be catered for, futures must be secured, and even with market condition, financial goals is what make it possible to stay in a career long enough to become successful. Tell me how a person in this current economic situation will cope with this high inflation of goods when it depends on passion alone and not financial stability. Even the Bible says in Ecclesiastes chapter 10 verse 19b that money answereth all things. Furthermore, some successful professionals did not start their own career out of passion. Some becomes doctors, lawyers, engineers mainly because those careers offer a better financial opportunity. Students choose marketable courses mainly because of any potentials and to get financial freedom. Moreover, passion without financial rewards often leads to frustration. Many talented individuals struggle because their passion could not provide enough income. On the other hand, financially motivated individuals are likely to make practical career choices which will ensure long-term stability and success. Lastly, my opponent might say, people are happier and fulfilled when following passion. But I tell you, happiness without financial stability may lead to stress and stagnancy. You cannot pursue a passion when you are suffering from financial instability. In conclusion, passion might be bearable, but financial motivation is what makes people aim higher, endure discomfort, and accumulate resources which truly define career success. Passion inspires people to start, but financial motivation keeps them going to the level of success. Many people might say money is the root of all evil, but I tell you, it is a poor man's quotation. I favor Olaniro from Orion Grammar School says boldly and without any iota of doubt that career success depends mainly on financial motivation and not passion. Thanks.
So as she said money is not the root of any evil. So please have money in this life. So I'm going to call on the next school, Army Children's Secondary School. Please let's jam our hands together for them.
Somewhere in London this morning, a Nigerian nurse is finishing a double shift. In Houston, a Nigerian engineer is closing $1 billion deal. In Toronto, a Nigerian teacher is shaping foreign kids just because Nigeria could not afford to keep them. They did not leave because they lost passion. They left because passion alone could not put food on their table. To the distinguished leadership of the Oyo Global Forum, to our esteemed judges, our dedicated teachers, and to the 12 schools gathered here today as torchbearers, we salute you. To our brothers and sisters of your descent, sitting in this hall, and those watching from the diaspora, this speech belongs to all of us. My name is Abdurrahman Abibat. I represent Army Children's School, Ishokun, Oyo. The topic before this honorable floor asserts that career success depends more on passion than financial motivation. I stand in total, firm, and unapologetic opposition to the motion. Before I proceed, this House must agree on what we are actually measuring. The proposition, I suspect, will define career success as a personal fulfillment, as the warm feeling of doing what you love. But if that were all what career success means, perhaps passion would suffice. But career success is far more than a feeling. Career success is financial security. Career success is sustainability. And career success is a legacy. If you cannot sustain it, it is not success, it is sacrifice. Having firmly established the definition, let us turn to the evidence. The National Bureau of Statistics confirmed in its 2023 Multidimensional Poverty Index report that approximately 133 million Nigerians, representing 63% of the population, live in multidimensional poverty. In such an environment, career decision are not philosophical exercise in self-discovery. They are survival and urgent living calculation. In 2022, the Academic Staff Union of Universities shut down Nigerian tertiary institutions for 8 consecutive months, not because the academics had lost their passion for scholarship, but because their passion were not met with dignity. The government's own labor policies has constituted a standing admission that the motion before us is false. And today, JAMB confirmed everything. Just on Tuesday, the Joint Admissions and Matriculation Board announced that students seeking admission into education and agriculture programs are now exempted from UTM entirely. Why? Because young Nigerians have abandoned those courses in droves, not because they have no passion for teaching or farming, but because those careers are historically underpaid and undervalued in Nigeria. JAMB did not create a policy crisis. Nigeria's refusal to financially reward passion did. Before I close, allow me to fully address what I expect the proposition to argue, because a strong opposition does not only make its own case, it dismantles the other side's best weapon. The proposition will cite Steve Jobs, they will cite Elon Musk. They may even cite Nigerian icons, perhaps Fela Kuti or Wole Soyinka, as a proof that following passion against all financial odds leads to greatness. But let us examine these examples with intellectual honesty. Steve Jobs did not build Apple on passion alone. He built Apple on investor funding, capital, venture capital, and aggressive commercial strategy. Elon Musk openly admits that financial pressure has been a critical driver of his decisions at Tesla and SpaceX. And Fela Kuti, the man who the proposition will undoubtedly call the ultimate passion-driven career, lived his life in financial difficulty. He was repeatedly imprisoned and died leaving his family in economic precarity. Is that the model we are recommending for Nigerian youth? And for every Steve Jobs who followed passion to billions, there are 10,000 passionate people who followed their dreams to poverty. Passion is real. Passion is powerful, but passion is not a business plan. It is not a salary, and it is simply not enough in the Nigeria we find ourselves today. Passion is beautiful, it is necessary, and it is ours, but financial motivation is the ground it grows in. Thank you.
So I'm going to call on the next school, SPED International Secondary School. Please, let's clap our hands for them.
You may be wondering what I was searching for. I'm not searching for the people seated before me. I am searching for that hidden fire that separates success from failure. I am searching for what turns dreams into reality. Because in a world driven by survival, only a few understands what truly drives success. Passion, passion, passion. Pardon my outburst to the esteemed dignitaries, the panel of judges, distinguished audience, ladies and gentlemen. Standing before you today is Faith Ojieze, a most impetuous student of SPED International Secondary School, Oyo. I stand here today with unshaken confidence and absolute clarity to support the motion passionately that career success does not depend mainly on that career success depends more on passion than financial motivation. A legend whose voice stood strong in the early 1960s, Vince Lombardi, once said, and I quote, "Where there is no passion, there can be no true excellence." And because no argument stands strong in confusion, I now move deliberately to give meaning to and clarity with the following definition, which are career and passion. Career is a long-term pursuit of financial growth and contribution. And passion is the deep, burning internal drive that pushes a person beyond limits. Having laid this foundation, I now proceed to the argument with the following points. 1. Passion is the engine of endurance. Passion sustains consistency. Ladies and gentlemen, money might start a journey, but only passion can sustain it. I can say this anywhere, that a person working mainly because of money would stop when challenges and difficulties arises. But a passionate individual would not stop because there is no immediate reward. He would continue. Passion leads. 2, passion breeds mastery, not mediocrity. Passion sustains excellence. Permit me to divert a little. Even in academic pursuit, when a student is not passionate about learning, believe me, no matter the amount paid to attain anything, there would be no progress. I mean, there would be failure. Now back to my point. When the person truly loves what he does, he would refuse to be average. They practice more, they learn more, and they sacrifice more. And this is why greatness is never really accidental. It is emotional before it is financial. 3, passion creates legends and not just workers. Passion sustains innovation. The world was not changed by people chasing after money. The world was changed by people with passion and vision. Examples of people like Marie Curie, Steve Jobs, Martin Luther King, just a few to mention. But I will take interest in 2 people, Steve Jobs and Thomas Edison. Steve Jobs did not create Apple only because of the money. He created it because of his passion and obsession with innovation. Similarly, Thomas Edison, the inventor of electric light bulb, did not stop despite failing 1,000 times. And did we ever stop to ask ourselves why? I will tell you, because of passion. Passion never quits. My opponent might claim that career does not depend mainly, that career is based on money. But, ladies and gentlemen, and to you, my honorable judges, choosing a career is different from succeeding in it. And that is why many enter for money but fails because they lack passion. Furthermore, passion does not just only influence success. It does not just, it attracts it. Because where passion leads, success follows silently behind. My opponent might also claim that passion cannot pay bill checks. But I respond that money too cannot do that alone, because when one lacks passion, it cannot continue. Passion builds skills. Skills attract value, and value attracts money. How about that? In conclusion, I stand strongly before this honorable house with unwavering confidence that career success is not based only on money, but on meaning and passion. Therefore, money might hire a hand, but passion commands the heart. Money might start a career, but passion builds the legacy. Therefore, I stand strongly and unapologetically to strongly support this notion, and with that truth standing unshaken. Thank you.
So I'm going to call on the next school, Awe High School. Please, let's clap for Awe High School. Anyone from Awe High School? So we're going to move on to the second speaker. You are only allowed a minute, please. And please keep to it. So I'm going to call on Ladigbolu Grammar School. A minute, please. So the panel of judges, they've deliberated among themselves. So we are adding extra grace of another minute. So making it 2 minutes.
Respected adjudicate, my revered chairman, respected adjudicators, my diligent timekeeper, my fellow debaters, ladies and gentlemen of great intellect, and the ever-attentive audience, I greet you all. I am Aziz Ayomiku Kende from Ladigbolu Grammar School, 1 Oyo. I am here to buttress the argument that financial motivation is the stronger driver of career success. First, financial motivation has more influence on career success than passion because it brings stability and longevity. A career acts a long-term activity that can span 30 to 40 years, not ordinary passion, which is emotional and volatile. It is financial motivation that places food on the table, not just passion. Second, financial motivation creates discipline and consistency. Passion is emotional. It rises and falls. When you don't feel passion, it is because you need to pay bills, support your family, or secure your future. And this gets you out of bed to start doing the work. In addition, financial market rewards values, not just passion. Not just passion. When you are passionate about a work and people don't, when you are passionate about a work and people don't pay for it, thanks for listening.
Let's do more hands for R. So I'm going to call on the next school, St. Francis Catholic College. 2 minutes, please.
Thank you. The words of Oprah Winfrey I light to the years when she said, "Passion is energy. Feel the power from focusing on what truly excites you." Good day, Mr. Chairman, panel of judges, accurate timekeeper, co-debaters, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. Standing before you is Oyelide Oluwatobi Patience from St. Francis Catholic College to support the first speaker, Akitude Promise, on the proposition of the motion which states, "Career success depends more on passion than financial motivation." Before I proceed, I would like to ask the opposers, what did you think made Thomas Edison to be known as the inventor of electricity light bulb we are using today? Or what do you think made Cristiano Ronaldo to be known as one of the successful footballers in the history of football? I did like to give an answer to those questions. It was the passion they had for their career. Just as the first speaker from my school has rightly said, passion brings about mastery and commitment. A passionate person will be ready to give up anything for the development of his or her career. He will be ready to give up his time, his talent, and even his money for the development of his or her career. Research conducted by Professor Amibili Teresa of Harvard Business School showed that intrinsic motivation, such as interest and passion, brings about career development and creativity than external values like salary or money. Yes, I would like to say, to everyone, I would like to ask this question. How sustainable is success in career motivated only by money? Or why do you think successful athletes such as my hero, Cristiano Ronaldo, take a long time practicing before actually earning huge amounts of money? Yes, it is career. It is the passion they had for their career. To everyone, I would like to say, as Confucius noted more than 2,000 years ago, he said, passion is choose a job that you love and you never have to work a day in your life. As I bring my point to a close, I would like to say, in the economy of career success, passion is the only currency that never loses its value. Thank you and have a lovely day.
So I'm going to call on Alafin High School. Please, let's clap for her.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. I'm standing on the existing protocol as established by the first speaker. I am Onolakwa Bukola Anoluwa from Alafin High School 2. I rise at this August gathering to strongly oppose the motion which says career success depends more on passion than financial motivation. I wouldn't have done justice to this discussion without explaining key words in this topic. Career is a choosing life work, while passion means to have strong feeling towards someone or something, and financial motivation can be simply clarified as money or fund. Firstly, we all know that money is a basic necessity of life. We all need money to survive, to eat, to pay school fees, to support our families, and to live comfortably. No matter how passionate you are, if your career cannot provide financial stability, it will be very difficult to call that success. Secondly, financial motivation pushes people to work harder. When there is a reward, such as salary, promotions, or bonus, people are encouraged to put in their best efforts. This external motivation helps individuals to achieve their goals faster. In addition, passion can change over time. What you love today may not be what you love tomorrow, but financial motivation remains constant. Even when passion fades, the need for money keeps people more focused and committed to their work. Moreover, passion can change. Passion alone is not always realistic. Yes, many people are passionate about a career that do not pay well. If everyone decides to follow only their passion, some may end up unemployed or struggling financially. In real life, people must make a practical decision, and money plays a major role in those decisions. In conclusion, while passion is important, it can never replace the role of money. Okay, assuming I'm sick and I need to go to the hospital, will I go and meet the doctor and say, "Doctor, I have a passion"? No, it's not done. Even if you have a passion without money, that passion will eventually die in you. Even without money, talented people quit. Financial motivation encourages stability, ensures hard work, and helps to live a better quality of life. So frankly speaking, with these 3 points of mine, I strongly believe that career success depends more on financial motivation than passion. Thanks for the audience.
So, speaker from Olivet Baptist High School. Please, let's jam our hands together for her.
Still standing on the existing protocol. Good day, Mr. Chairman, distinguished judges, accurate time people, worthy opponents, ladies and gentlemen. I am Okesela Abisola, a representative of Olivet Baptist High School, Oyo. According to a workplace report, employees who are emotionally connected to their work are about 21% more productive than those who are not passionate about their job. Passion inspires motivation and excellence. History has shown that many world-changing individuals were driven by passion rather than financial gain. This played out in the 2023 tech layoff. Over 260,000 tech workers lost jobs globally. Yet, many designers and engineers quickly launched or pivoted into AI, not because the severance was good, but because they were obsessed with solving problems. Consequently, Steve Jobs was passionate about technology and creativity. He once said, "The best way to do a great job is to love what you do." His passion eventually led to a groundbreaking innovation that transformed communication and technology globally. Similarly, Nelson Mandela was passionate about justice and equality, not wealth. His passion changed an entire nation and transformed the world. Therefore, passion is about building a legacy, not just filling a bank account. Success is not just the money in the bank. It is the joy of achievement and the thrill of creative effort. Though financial motivation may attract workers, but passion produces achievers and legends. Thank you.
So I'm going to call on the next school, the second speaker from St. Bernardines Grace Grammar School. Please, let's jam our hands together for her. It's not easy to come out and speak. Let's jam our hands together for them as they are coming out.
Good day, Mr. Chairman, panel of judges, accurate timekeeper, the organizers of this program, co-debaters, and my fellow audience. My name is Idris Aisha, a representative of St. Bernardines Girls Grammar School. I am standing on the existing protocol that my first speaker has said, which is career success depends more on passion than financial motivation, and I support it. Before I proceed, I would like to define career success. Career success is the achievement in the series of jobs a person has at a particular area of work, usually involving more responsibility as time passes. Career success depends more on passion than financial motivation because passion drives long-term success, such as commitment, excellence, fulfillment, qualities that money alone cannot sustain. Career success depends more on passion than financial motivation. Yes, I agree. And my pointer, firstly, Passion fuels persistence. People who are more passionate about their work are more likely to stay committed even when challenges arise. Passion may attract someone to a job, but it rarely keeps them going when the works become difficult. But passion gives resilience. Passion leads to mastery and excellence. When individuals love what they do, they naturally invest more time and effort into improving their skills. This often leads to higher performances and innovation. Financial motivation may pull effort, but passion inspires deep engagement and creativity. Money without passion leads to burnout. Many people in high-paying jobs feel unfulfilled. Why? Because they lack interest in their work. Over time, it can lead to stress, dissatisfaction, and even career failure. But passion provides emotional satisfaction, which is essential for long-term success. Passion is what transforms a job into a successful and meaningful career. Passion creates impact and fulfillment. Money can buy comfort, but it can't buy purpose. But passion stays with you. It allows you to adapt, switch roles, and even start your own venture because it drives internal and it pays and it's tied to paycheck. In conclusion, financial motivation is important. Money is necessary for survival, but passion sustains effort, ultimately leads to career success. Thank you.
So I'll call on the second speaker from Ilora Baptist Grammar School. Please let's jam our hands together for R.
Greetings to you, Mr. Chairman, honorable judges, precise timekeeper, co-contestant, and my fellow students. My name is Ogunbile Roda Anolua from Ilora Baptist Grammar School 1. I'm purposely here in support of the motion, career success depends more on passion than financial motivation. To pick up from where my partner stopped, I'd like to define our terms: career success, passion, and financial motivation. Career success means standard achievement, impact, or fulfillment in one speed. Passion is a strong and sustained drive to engage in something because you find it inherently meaningful or worthwhile, not because you are paid or rewarded for it. Financial motivation is the drive to work, act, or make decisions primarily because of money. With passion as the driving force, performance and resource surpass what mere obligation, money, or financial incentives alone can produce. As an adage says, where there is passion, there is mastery. The only way to do great work is to love what you do. Moreover, under financial motivation alone, even the unqualified will strive not to deliver quality, but simply to secure monetary gain. You see, when money becomes the sole driver, people often focus more on earning rather than on excellence or integrity. People focus more on money, they chase wealth at all costs, so they neglect the competence. In year 1947 onward, Ben Nwowu, one of the Nigerian artists, pursued African art in Lagos, despite the colonial attitude that undervalued it. His passion for cultural identity, not money, made him a global figure, proving when his painting, Title Tutu, was sold for 1.2 million euros in London 2018. In conclusion, passion elevates effort to excellence. From China to Paris, Edinburgh to Lagos, India to Tanzania, the pattern remained the same. With this viewpoint of mine, I believe I've been able to convince, and not to convince you, that passion is more required than financial motivation. Thanks for listening.
So the second speaker from Orion Grammar School. Please let's jam our hands together for R.
It is not from the benevolence of the butcher, the brewer, or the baker that we expect our dinner, but from their own regard to their own personal interest. Standing on the existing protocol, I would like to continue from where the first speaker stopped. My name is Peter Ochiama Faith, and I'm standing before you this beautiful day to oppose the motion which says that career success depends more on passion than financial motivations. Financial motivation is the drive. It goes. Passion is just like an energy drink. You said before that passion. When there is passion, what is it that drives it? What is it that moves it to success? When there is no financial motivation behind every innovation, it cannot come to life. You cannot just say that passion makes us to succeed. Passion, when you follow your passion, yes, it leads you to success. But passion without finance at its back can never come to life. And I will tell you that passion, as you say, people who follow their passion are the ones that change the world. But people who change the world without finance, what is that? Comfort. As you say, finance brings comfort. It brings security. It makes us know that we can provide for our future needs without being scared. There are many parents who sleeps at night who first checks their pulse that tomorrow that I'm waking up, what would my kid eat? It's not the passion that makes it provide food on the table. It is finance. It's what you have that makes you seen by the community. And I will tell you that a study by Pew Research Center constantly shows that job security and a high income are ranked on priorities of workers, as this provides the stability required to perform effectively. In conclusion, passion is the will, finance is the steering, and the role we use in fulfilling our goals. Thank you.
So I'm going to call on the second speaker from Army Children's Secondary School. Please, let's jam our hands together for
With few regards, I give everybody here good morning. The first point, I know that my colleagues have laid the foundation, but I want to have the privilege to build on it. My name is Juma Aisha, a bona fide student of Army Children's Secondary School. The first point with me today is Nigeria's greatest career were built on financial ambitions. Let's talk about the man Nigeria's called successful man. That is Aliko Dangote. Aliko Dangote, the richest man in Africa, said publicly that I entered into business to build wealth. And those words allowed me to have the platforms to build the Nigerians, to fill the nations, and also help the nations to grow. Also, another point with me, because of the time, is income, informal incomes. 80% of Nigerians now are falling into informal incomes. With the case existing now, let us say that, and the various statistics of Nigeria also say that 80% of Nigerians are into informal income. The food vendors, the cycling motorcycles, they are influencers. Some of them will wake up in the morning, they won't even say this is my passionate and I will make it. But what they said is that what will my family eat today? And they have passions, they have careers that lead, that is strong, and these careers will also lead them to the high. With this point, I know my colleagues have laid the foundation, but I have all built on it. And in conclusion, Nigeria needs more talented person than the person with dreams. Thanks so much for listening. I am Jimaj.
So I'm going to call on the second speaker from Sped International Secondary School. Please, let's clap for her. She's coming out.
Would you rather be rich and empty inside, or fulfilled and growing every day? What truly drives greatness? Money in the pocket or fire in the soul? What if the money loses its shine? What keeps you going then? Isn't it passion that turns ordinary efforts into extraordinary achievements? Pardon my manners. Good day, everyone, and all protocols duly observed. Standing before you today is Balogun Mariam Adiola, a passionate student of SPED International Secondary School, Oyo. And with boldness in my voice, conviction in my heart, and enthusiasm in my spirit, I stand here to categorically support the notion which states career success depends more on passion than financial motivation. The following is my point to buttress my stand that career success depends more on passion than financial motivation. Financial motivation alone leads to burnout and career switches. My opponents claim that without financial motivation, people will be broke and unsuccessful. Passion doesn't pay bills. Let me tell you this. Passion doesn't ignore money. It creates values. It follows. Think about it. Do people just pay top dollar for average uninspired work? No. Albert Schweitzer puts it best. Success is not the key to happiness. Happiness is the key to success. So, isn't it passion that builds that career rich enough to pay bills and not the other way around? In conclusion, what is career success if not the rare moment when work doesn't feel like a burden, but a reason to live with purpose? And if that's the reality, why do we still claim that money alone defines success? Let it be known, success is not measured by what you earn, but by what you are willing to endure, grow for, and put your best into. And if success truly means excellence, fulfillment, and impact, then passion is not just important, it is everything.
So let's jam our hands together for all the speakers. They've really done well. Like, I love the confidence. And I love the points they all mentioned. She said, success is not the key to happiness. Happiness is the key to success. So that's a very good point. So we're going to go on a short break now while the judges deliberate. So it's going to be 2 minutes break where you can actually interact. So we're going on a 2 minutes break. While you interact with people around you, don't just sit down. Go and meet someone from another school. Interact with them. Ask for their name. Share ideas. So interact, engage, and share things you've gotten from the debate. So please don't go too far. It's going to be within the hall. Please don't step out. So let's go on a short break.
It's time to dance, not like before. Put your shoes on, your waistline back and forth. Get the groove on, I dey feel like cause papa ti down si bere. Ikawo laso, ori ni debi re. Ọ̀pọ̀lágùn, irun ara ẹni ò já mọ́. Ẹlẹ́dẹ̀ mi àdọ́yọ̀, ariwo ẹ̀ la pọ̀. Ọ̀pọ̀ lápè díẹ̀ la ó fi fún kọ̀sọ̀fẹ́ kọ́ ní ṣáyó. Ìfáǹfà ni làpóyá, ọ̀rẹ́ máma múyó. Mo lè mí lóye, tí mo fi mú àti àmà. Àìnà ọjọ́ ìdílégé o mẹ́ma.